Hello and welcome to episode 3, stage 3 of my 2024 pledge to walk all 189 miles of the GM Ringway. On the last episode you saw me walk from Strines to here in Marple, and we're back in Marple 2 months after our last episode to complete my third stage as we walk from here to Broadbottom, a wide bum. Right, let's get that Strava app going and let's start this walk. Come on. So as we leave Marple station, bit of tidbits for you. 2 trains an hour here to Marple, 2 from Piccadilly, 1 going on to Sheffield, 1 2 minutes to Newland Central, and vice versa, 2 an hour back to Piccadilly. You also have Rosehill Marple, about 1.5 miles away, so it's not really ideal for the start of this stage of the GM Ringway, but it's there. Right, now we've got to go back onto the Peak Forest Canal and go look for our first landmark on this stage of the GM Ringway. I know I've said it before, I think on both episodes, but this is the last time we'll see the Peak Forest Canal. I've said it before. But yeah, this is Marple Locks. We'll come up the hill from the station and then get on the towpath for the locks, and we'll crack on. I've given away the first big landmark on this journey, haven't I? Right, I don't think we touched on Marple Locks. 16 locks in all. Raise the Peak Forest Canal from Lower Marple to Top Marple, so 16 altogether. So yeah, quite a few, and I think we've got our first diversion of the day. Footpath closed ahead, I think we've got a diversion. The weather's a little bit different from when we did the last episode. It's March the 15th, so nearly 2 months to the day, but it's warm but wet, so I am waterproofed from top to toe for this one, because it will get quite muddy later on. Right, let's go and see the aqueduct. And here we are, this is Marple Aqueduct, and we'll get a better view of it on the other side. There's a little bit of history about this piece of work. Oh, I like a good information poster, and this one is actually new. And this one here, when I cycled past the other month. Marple Aqueduct, we'll have a better view of it, but yeah, it was, as you can see, and it was opened in 1800, so it's been over here for what, 224 years completed? Fantastic. As the famous Father Ted Laundrie scene went, I understand this is England's largest, highest aqueduct, so it is. I believe it is. And standing next to it, it's its bigger brother, the permanent way version, Marple Viaduct, which carries the Hope Valley Romiley branch from Piccadilly down to Newmill South Junction. There you go. And for the final time, goodbye the Peak Forest Canal. Now we've got to go under the aqueduct, and this is something I have never done before. Lucky I brought walking boots. Again, 224 years it's completed, still standing strong and still being used today as a navigation. Not, of course, for the purpose it was built, because of course the big boy next door that replaced it. But superb, fantastic. Let's crack on. And I think, is this the first one? Oh, it is. That's the first one I've seen, and here's where it is. Fantastic. And there we go. Behind me is Marple Viaduct. Train's just gone over as well. Oh, that'd have been the money shot, wouldn't it? Anyway, oh well. So after a very muddy, dirty traverse over some fields, wettest winter on record, just hugging the River Etherow now, and that's a clue to our next big sort of location on this walk, Etherow Country Park. Oh dear, it's muddy. Wettest winter on record. Bring your boots. Well, if we had smell-o-vision, this would be pungently beautiful. wild garlic growing, just being ready to be picked and made into pesto. There's tons of it here. If you want some wild garlic, come to the banks of the River Etherow. Beautiful. So after a muddy escapade and a quick blast along the main road, welcome to Etherow Country Park. Again, Father Ted. I understand this is England's first country park, so it is. I think it is, but yeah, this was built, this lake, to serve the mill that must be behind me. Of course, mill is long gone, park's still here, and it's now a country park. So Etherow Country Park in Comstall. This is our second lovely little landmark on our third stage of the GM Ringway. Lovely. Of course, one thing the GM Ringway tries to pride itself very well at doing is accessibility. First part of the walk not accessible because of the steps down under the viaduct and aqueduct. But if you want to come just for a little walk, accessibility wise, Etherow Country Park's the place for you. It's flat, big paths, lovely place. Right, there you go, Etherow Country Park, completed it. Now we do the climb towards Werneth Low, and I don't think we're going to see much of it today, but we need to go that way for the GM Ringway. Still climbing, not even reached the highest point yet of this stage, but we do have a cracking view looking towards Glossop and Tintwistle from Woodhead. Look at this, might be cloudy, but it's still a cracking view. I can honestly say I've never been to Werneth Low. Every time I think of Werneth Low, I thought of Oldham Werneth on the old Oldham line, now into Metrolink. But that's the joy of the GM Ringway. Etherow Country Park, Werneth Low Country Park. I've never been to them before, and I've lived in this area for nearly 15 years. And again, that's the joy of this trail. It takes me out of my comfort zone. It takes you out of your comfort zone and explore parts of Greater Manchester I have never seen in my life. So, do it! It's so good, even when it's muddy, cloudy, but we'll see the view in a minute. It's not too bad actually. And here we go, we've made it to the top. Werneth Low, the cenotaph is behind me, and there are some fantastic vistas. We've had 3 cracking views so far from Lyme Park, from Malacross, and now we've got the vistas here up on Werneth Low. Absolutely stunning up here. Well, let's give you an overshot of what you can see from the top. Behind me, City of Manchester, looking towards Stockport, Airport, Manchester, Milton, Bury, Rochdale, Ashton, Saddleworth. That's where the next stage is. We're not doing that today, but when we get to the other side, we can see what's on the other side. Well, let's go and see what's on the other side. Let's do the side way too many times there. Goodbye Werneth Low Cenotaph. It's downhill all the way now, baby. Final stretch to Broadbottom. Let's do it. Excuse me, just dropping in now into basically what's called like Glossopdale. and yeah, some fantastic views towards, like I say, Tintwistle and Snake Pass as you drop down towards Broadbottom, the end of my stage 3 of the GM Ringway. Bless me. So as we descend deeper down, deeper and down into towards Broadbottom, give you a recap really of this wonderful first stage. Like I say, we were able to walk under the masonry works at Marple, the aqueduct and the viaduct. We walked through Etherow Country Park and also Werneth Low Country Park. So 3 big landmarks on this GM Ringway stage. Worth doing, of course. Okay, we are now approaching our destination of Wide Bum, Broadbottom. And a bit of culture before we get to the station. Of course, this is the Etherow Valley River. We followed it there. Now these are the Hodge Lane Divats. And there you go. In situ. Still there. Tremendous. Wide Bum. We're here at Broadbottom and let's get the necessities out of the way. Train service wise, 2 trains an hour each way, 2 to Piccadilly, 2 to Hadfield via Glossop, and that's where I'm going now. So not a bad train service, and I believe 2 an hour on a Sunday as well, so not bad at all. So yeah, 2 trains an hour each way to get you back wherever you need to be. Right, let's wrap this episode up. And there we have it, the end of episode 3, stage 3 of my GM Ringway 2024 pledge to walk it all 189 miles, and I've added another 9.5 miles to that total. Here at Broadbottom, we've walked from Marple through Etherow Country Park, Werneth Low over the top, and then down here to Broadbottom. It took us 2 hours and 52 minutes, which is not bad considering the app said about 3 hours 25, and about 9.5 miles completed. I've got to say, it's brilliant to see the GM Ringway markers appearing for the first time. That was the first time I've seen it marker posted near enough from start to finish, so well done. I know the volunteers are working hard to get it all signposted before the end of the year. We'll see how it gets on, see if we catch up with them along the way in the rest of the year. The next episode will be back here in a few weeks, months time, depending on the weather, and this one's a little bit strenuous. It's an all day. It's from here all the way to Greenfield, over the tops towards Saddleworth and towards Duffstones. Bit of a strenuous walk, that, much more gradients, so we're going to be an all day of that, but that'll be episode 4 whenever that'll be. Maybe we'll wait for the weather to perk up before we'll do that one. Right, I've got to go to Glossop to get the bus back home. Hope you've enjoyed it. Remember to like, comment, subscribe for the next episodes of GM Ringway and any other videos that I do. Until the next episode of my 2024 quest to complete the GM Ringway on the Ringway Ramble. Ta-ra for now.